Welcome back, guys. Game number 2 here for you. The defense phase number 2, the group stage continues. Now, Scary Faces up against Team Empire. Team Empire, they took game number 1 pretty convincingly. It was a funky draft from Scary Faces. There was a lot of counterpicking, a lot of weird stuff going on there. Their draft just didn't really click together that well. But Team Empire, they're taking this fully seriously. They know what they want. They know what they don't want to deal with. And oh god, no. Hang on a second. What has happened there? There we go. Into the draft screen. There we go. Now you can see what's going on. Yeah, my co-cast is giggling at me. It's been a long weekend, man. I know it has for you as well. But Sunzu, it's been a while. What's going on?
Not much, man. Just watching a lot of Dota.
There's so much. There's major qualifiers, MLG, defense. There's the summit qualifiers as well and stuff like that. There's so many games.
Nanyang coming up this weekend, and yeah, MLG, and oh god.
It's like before TI, everyone's sort of scrambling and thinking, right, let's get our tournaments before TI. Then after TI, everyone else is thinking, right, let's get our tournaments done after TI. So it's these two, like the first and fourth quarters of the year, just people scrambling to get their tournaments out there. But yeah. It's been a fun ride. Team Empire, Darkseer Doom taken out. Radiant Slide Shadow Fiend up for them. Scary Faces start things off with a Night Stalker though. I mean, they ban out the Wisp, which is kind of nice against Team Empire.
I figured the Night Stalker's probably just trying to keep it out of Resolution's hands. It's been his most played offlane hero since switching roles. And Empire picking up that Shadow Fiend. That's Yoki's most played mid hero. So we're pretty much going on basis of what Empire likes to draft right here. And the Queen of Pain is, from the few games that Scary Faces have on record, it's tied for their most picked hero this patch.
Okay. It is always worth pointing out that they do have 2 stand-ins. Axmo, you recognize the name, I recognize him, he's been around a while, he's sort of one of those, CIS stand-in guys. I'm pretty sure he played on like Screen Squad, M5, one of the guys that I think PGG probably found, and like this guy's a good player, let's bring him in. But I don't know the other player, Rian's. I've never, I don't know if it's just a different nickname to what he usually uses, but I've never seen him before.
Not really familiar to me either. I think I tried to check a bit of their histories. I think he was one of those guys who hadn't really played much on any teams. Okay. So, a bit of an unknown factor.
Scary Faces, they see the minus armor stacking up. Team Empire with Dazzle and SF. Get rid of the Slaughter.
Both Wraith King and Slaughter have been pretty high picked for Silent this patch, so they make sense.
Along with Gyrocopter as well. Obviously Gyro was sort of the hero that he made popular like 2 or 3 years ago. Even Gyro plus Wisp was a really strong go-to combo for them.
I think like Era might have a issue with that statement, but yeah, he's one of the guys who's the most associated with that hero.
So, sometimes it's difficult to say who made something famous. It gets
really difficult. There was a lot going on at that particular point in time. It was like
10 seconds remaining.
Like the winter between 2012 and 2013. That's when Gyros became like this top pick.
Yeah, I guess consistently I think Silent. It's kind of like Phantom Lancer recently. When I think Phantom Lancer for the past like 3 or 4 patches, I think of Pasha from Vega. But if you think back historically, Black played it a ton. He brought into light the Tranquils and Sol Ring Radiance build.
Oda played like stupid amounts of it. Alwi used to be a very famous PL player back when he was still a carry player.
Pot and bottom.
Disruptor. Aloha Dance gets his hero. That means No Fear is on to Dazzle. I don't actually know if Aloha Dance plays Dazzle. I think it used to be an always want to fly hero, so that makes a lot of sense.
Well, they need something to disrupt the sort of flow from Scary Faces. During the nighttime they've got Blink, they've got that Hunter in the Night from Night Stalker just to charge people down. And I always see them as this team that doesn't like to sit on their haunches. They don't like to go back and play passively. If they're on the aggressive, they go full-on aggression. And that's probably what they're going to aim for here. Maybe they want a little bit of sustain a Witch Doctor or something wouldn't go amiss. If the AA is already banned out, Ancient Apparition has been a very strong hero for the past 2 weeks or so. Since maybe 3, since ESL over in New York, where Vega really showcased how strong the hero could be. It's suddenly shot up in popularity again. But you need something to keep, Night Stalker and Quap alive.
And we get the Lina. It's I figured there's probably a support Night Stalker and a offlane Queen of Pain, I think, and that means a Lina mid.
Yeah, they ran the Queen of Pain offlane last game. State had that one. I really like Lina in the 4 role, but it does worry me sometimes, how much sort of guaranteed farm you give her, because the way I've seen Rise play it over on Danish Bears, he does give up a lot of his support duties and just becomes another core hero. And they do give up a lot on other heroes, but it works out for them a lot of the time. They get that Lina really going into your Yule Scepter, Bloodstone, things like that. But then we've seen the other kind of style that speaking of Always Wanna Fly, that he loves his 4-spot Lina, where he goes like Null into Drums and then into the Yule Scepter, and you just offer that little bit more utility. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
That's interesting.
That has to be a silent hero now. I don't... Well, Resolution has a really good hero pool. The thing is, that is a mid or carry hero pool. When transitioning to the offlane, he used to play a lot of good mid utility heroes. He played Magnus, he played Beastmaster, he played all kinds of stuff like that. But a lot of that hero pool hasn't really transitioned into the offlane, or it hasn't worked out for what they want to do on the offlane. And I don't think they've really run many offensive tri-lanes around him, which I suppose Sven could work in. Yeah,
that could do. I really like his Beastmaster. I think that maybe, I've seen a couple of teams bringing back Puck here and there, and it's worked decently. Okay, well, I was saying that you run at them, and Scary Faces do like to just charge people down. And Lycan at MLG and during the Frankfurt major qualifiers, he hasn't had a great run. I can't remember what the stats are, but it's something like 0 and 6. Like, honestly, he's had a torrid time.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Earthshaker would probably be a pretty good ban from Scary Faces here. I don't know what Empire would need to ban. Probably just pick like Tusk, maybe. No, you might want to keep the Tusk open.
Okay. You see, this is the thing. You never know what Scary Faces are gonna do. They could have, Night Stalker Lina support duo, like you were mentioning before. It's possible, and then Lycan safe, Quap mid, Brood off lane. It's scary with the Howl plus the Spiderlings.
I'm pretty confident that they're looking for a second support.
Yeah, I'm looking at that as well.
I think Empire might pick up the Earthshaker because I think it's Resolution's second most played hero on the patch. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. There we go. So offlane Earthshaker. Now, Scary Faces. Where do we go with this, honestly? You could go roaming around with Shadow Demon Lina or something like that. Rubik's pretty good against, Earthshaker, Sven, Dazzle.
I think you want something that can be a bit more 5 position, so you can give a bit more farm to Night Stalker. What exactly that might be? You might want something that can push a bit. Maybe like Witch Doctor.
Yeah, I think
they play a decent amount of Witch Doctor. They also play a lot of Ogre Magi.
I'm wondering about a jungling hero here. If they want to go for this kind of pushing strat.
I'm not feeling jungling right now. I think they might be able to get away with it. Although if they did go for a jungler, I think...
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Now,
so it's support Lina.
If you hadn't mentioned Earthshaker for Team Empire, I would have mentioned Windranger for them. Just to, lock down the Lycan a little bit harder. But
yeah, but that would have had to be a Yoki hero then. And
they could run Resolution in the offlane Windranger. It's not too scary dealing
they
up with...
They haven't done it though, but it is possible. I'll defer to you. You know a lot about that offlane Windranger.
I used to play a lot of offlane Wind Ranger. It was like the one hero that I could actually play to a decent skill level. But what we're actually looking at, so Resolution offlane on the Earthshaker. You mentioned the potential for aggro tri-lane here. Silent, Olo Hard Answer, No Fear. They could still maybe do that. But ES against Wind Ranger, you don't want to have that 1v1. So I think Empire will have to shuffle to try and get the lanes how they want it. Whereas Scary Faces support Night Stalker. 4-roll Night Stalker. Now, we've seen some teams try the offlane Night Stalker, and I feel it very rarely works just because he can't flash farm, he can't hold lane equilibrium where he wants it, and you need to go and get kills, or at least disrupt the farm of enemy heroes in the first nighttime at the very least. As a support, it's like Spirit Breaker. I feel like Night Stalker and Spirit Breaker both hold very similar roles in the difference between being a 4-roll and a 3-roll. Spirit Breaker in the 3-roll, you're always worried about, oh, I'm going to miss experience if I charge. If I go and disrupt them now, I'll miss out on these last hits. I want to get gold. And Night Stalker's kind of the same. You're often worried about where you're getting farm from if you're in that offlane role. Whereas if you're support, I've got boots. I can run at people. I don't care. I'll get money through kills. But we'll see how he does.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the sport Night Stalker, as long as you get like a bit of a decent start, by the time the first night time you can have a really decent impact. It's certainly better than, for example, I'd probably say the offlane is my preferred place to run the Night Stalker, but we've seen a bit of that mid Night Stalker recently, and that really doesn't feel right.
Shiki, yeah, that was a little bit rough for him at MLG, the Midnight Stalker. I mean, it starts off well. I think he started off at being sort of like first or second in terms of net worth for the first like 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden you just see the opponents, out farming, out everything over on that.
There's just not that much value in running him in that sort of position. You want a bit of farm and a bit of levels, but you don't really do that much with a lot of farm. So.
Well, Lycan is up alone at top.
Chilling at the bot room.
Yeah. Queen of Pain. Axmo. Actually, over on this quap. So State 21 mid Wind Ranger. And Axmo swapping it around a little bit. Offlane Queen of Pain for him. Shadowing on the Night Stalker. And Eknart playing Yelena. Wait a second.
It's an offensive tri-lane.
Hang on a second.
I'm not sure this is the right offensive tri-lane to run.
If No Fear is the dazzle towards the mid, he's got no TP actually. Can't make his way down there. They could kill off the disruptor. If Aloha Dancer's slightly out of position, he can get killed a couple of times here. And you look up at top, it's Lycan against Earthshaker, and Resolution doesn't realize until now. Lycan hits the lane. But he's still not sure. Silent, gonna get slowed. There's a stun coming out of Eknart. There's the LSA, but there's already the war cry from Silent. And he should be okay just to run himself away, and there's a good field out there from Aloha Dance. Even with the Howl, they didn't have enough damage to actually kill. Oh god. Just back and forth. Look at this. The Night Stalker keeps charging them down. So now Resolution realizes...
No Fear seems to be content just trying to stack at mid, so... I don't know. They seem to be sacrificing this bot lane quite a bit.
Silent doesn't have a salve.
Oh, that's not going to end well.
Oh, he's stunned. He's dead.
Yeah.
That's definitely not going to end well as he loses his life. First blood goes the way of the Lina.
I don't know what Silent was trying to do there.
I'm not sure either.
It was just inevitable that he'd probably get caught out. It was a low percentage play.
I mean, you're not going to gain anything from it either. Yeah.
No.
So standing around just trying to hide yourself in XP range maybe. But Resolution up at top, Earthshaker against the Lycan. Just take a look at this. I'm wondering what build Resolution goes for, because we've seen a bunch of people, Bambo and Mind Control in particular, go occasionally, if they're in 1v1s, for the Enchant Totem build. Go for 2 or 3 in Enchant with the Aftershock. And look at the damage he's able to apply. This Lycan could potentially be dead here.
I mean,
how much
this
stun
is basically what Resolution has done for a couple years now in mid. He just bullies you.
Yeah.
He senses the weakness and he wants you dead.
He's blocked him off here. He could potentially go in for the kill, but he's happy. He's content just to force the Lycan back and Pop the salve down at bottom lane. The ping's coming out. Aloha Dance knows where this Night Stalker is. But Shadow.
If Silent has a really bad time down here, we might have to go into a crit shaker.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Aloha Dance is dead for sure. Silent.
Still.
Silent. He can't get, like, he's got 2 last hits. He can't get any farm. And I'm wondering why No Fear is still towards the middle lane. Okay, they're pumping a lot of gold into Yoku. You know, he's doubling up on last hits over State. The Wind Ranger's not having a good time. Maybe they're feeling that if they're winning their 2 other lanes, you know, mid and top, the experience differential they get from this is going to outweigh the fact that Silent isn't having a good time down at bottom lane.
Specifically winning the 2 lanes, and on top of that, they're going to get a big stack for Yoki.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's really a good way that SFC can stop them. Like, they're not going to get in here and block the camp, not without No Fear noticing. And they can't really steal the stack because it's so well protected here. So I guess that's going to work out.
And then Silent can he can go and farm jungle. You know, he can get a couple of points in cleave, go and stack the ancients a couple of times for him. Oh god, the stun actually lands there from Eknart. The Lina on the money so far, but Silent hides himself in the trees. Now they have left him fully alone. Like, just ignore Silent Sven, let him do what he does down the bottom lane, get some experience, maybe die a couple of times, but we're going to go and crush the other lanes, like fully dominate them. And you look up at top, Resolution, Quelling Blade, Stout Shield. How often do we see this on an Earthshaker? He's pumping the damage out onto the Lycan, and it's just not easy. Not easy at all.
I mean, he just wants to make up for everything that they're losing at bot lane, and that's one way to do it.
Farming Shaker.
I'm sort of starting to feel like maybe the right play for Empire is going to be that once Shadow Fiend goes to farm up the stack, that Silent comes in just to get, like, the XP.
Yeah, maybe.
So split the XP, and then you at least have levels on Silent, because Sven isn't the most farm-intensive hero. You can do a lot with very little, so it might work out.
Yeah. Get him, you know, Treads Blink, something like that, and you can just jump yourself around. We've seen a little bit of a deviation in item builds recently on Sven. I know in NA, people like Ritsu, I believe, have been going like Helm of the Dominator S and Y crit, and people have been moving away from the Mask of Madness Treads build into PKB. You're liking the blink a little bit more, get that mobility going. That's still definitely very popular. As Night Stalker steals a little bit of experience away from that stack, but again, it wasn't
Sven who got the experience. It was Night Stalker.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Oh well.
Silent gets himself boots. Oh god, No Fear.
This is pretty aggressive. I don't know if that would have been the right call. Not with 3 Empire heroes here. Yeah. Wind Ranger gets a bit of alone time.
Finally. Look, she's 19. She's half the last sets of the Shadow Fiend. Like, sure enough, a good chunk of them are from that camp he just cleared out. But Yoku, what's he actually bought himself? Oh god, Radiant Jungle. Disruptor's dead. And they're chasing down Silent here. Could turn around possibly and... he can't. He can't kill off Eknart. He's being bottled up and he's gone as well. Axmo with a bottle. Helping him keep his teammates alive.
That was a lot better place to take the fight. Like, even though now you're close to Sven, the fact that SF wasn't there really, and then Queen of Pain comes and rotates him, and you just have a huge advantage taking that fight around the Radiant Jungle while taking it around the mid camps is not a good idea. Yeah,
TP reaction can come in so quickly from the Radiant if you do try and fight in under there. Now, Lycan, Treads, go into Vlad's and Necrobook, I guess. Oh god, they're actually fighting here. Yoku, he gets the first raise off. Now he's going to chase down Eknart. There's no stun available. And there's going to be a couple of hits in from the Shadow Fiend. Final raise. He just needs to bottle himself up. There we go. Clears up the Lina. And like you said, it's just not worthwhile. You're diving in a little bit too deep. You can't even kill off the Dazzle.
And we've got a kill top.
Yeah, you're right. Resolution. Here we go. Enchant Totem. 1,000,000 damage. And Silent doesn't get the kill. Disruptor actually takes that one up. But Silent, good amount of experience.
Basically, what's happening is right now, Empire have complete dominion over the top lane and the mid lane. And they can't even go close to the bot lane. Because this Queen of Pain absolutely owns this lane. So
Yeah, but the thing is,
Okay.
like, Scary Faces, the two supports can't stay there. They need to give
Yeah.
co-op levels, so the two supports are looking for things to do elsewhere. But they can't go back into their jungle and just stack and pull and do that, really. They're going to come up to top because they know the aggressive trialing is here. Oh, Aloha Dancy bumps heads with the Night Stalker. Feels not going to hold him in. Lycan just runs forward. The glimpse is there, but it's not in time. And I'm not sure about that
Low Dust
positioning.
Was a
That
bit
was
far up.
super aggressive positioning. Resolution treads. Treads Shaker.
They're gonna.
Can they kill Silent? Oh, the little Wolfie's out. They don't get the block down.
They might have tried to leave Silent up there, but then because they went diving for him, he basically has to leave.
Tower is under attack.
So Resolution comes back up.
Where does Silent go? Where does he actually go? I think now that No Fear is stacking jungle camps again, they give the next round of stacks to the Silent Sven.
I mean, he's level 5 with 1 point in cleave. Is he gonna take a stack?
Yeah, you stun twice. Yes, that's a good amount of damage from the stun. And then you go back to base and you regen back up and you go out and stun them again.
You'll take the stack. You just have to really, really, really hope that the Night Stalker isn't anywhere close by.
Yeah. Oh, hang on a second. Axmo. He could get glimpsed back here if he doesn't blink correctly, but he'll get far enough away. And Aloha Dance, he needs his level 6. He's really wishing right now that he got a little more experience here as Yoku takes down a couple more jungle camps. And with the look of things, I think he's going to go into that Sanjin Yasha build straight up, which Shadow Fiends have been really favouring recently over the mech. S and Y into BKB. You tank yourself up, and you don't put yourself in a position where you have to sell an item like 35, 40 minutes in. You don't get that kind of waste of gold expenditure.
The theory is always that when you go for an offensive trial lane, you're giving up a bit of experience, so you need the kills to make up for that. But this time, like SFZ have had the experience advantage from the bot lane, and you can see in their supports being a bit ahead, and of course the Queen of Pain being massively ahead of Silent. So it's worked out really nicely. Didn't actually consider it at first because you don't see Lycan that much these days, but of course the Howl helps out immensely when you do an offensive trial lane like that, especially when they don't put a full trial lane against you.
Yeah, definitely. We used to see it tons with like Enigma Eidolons with Howl, Spidlings with Howl, but also when people used to really start going for those level 1 engagements in the enemy jungle. It was a relatively new thing, 2.5 years ago, whatever, actually going to smoke up and go and contest ward spots and pull spots and things like that. But having AA and Lycan and having Howl and Chilling Touch was so popular. People just loved it, just to have that big whack of damage onto people from the get-go.
The big problem, though, like, you usually, if you want to go for that that offensive tri lane and have the Lycan do the solo lane and use that Howl for that advantage, you usually still want the Lycan to do okay in the lane. And well, I mean, he could have been shut down worse, but it's not been pretty.
Hang on a second. Oh, Aknai finds his way through. Resolution was looking for the Echo Slam down there. Four! He's gone for full Enchant Totem. Now, this is something I don't think I have seen. Like, I've seen the 2 or 3 levels in the Enchant, and then you go back for Aftershock. Because Aftershock is where you get a lot of your damage and actual lockdown from. But Resolution, he's loving this extra damage, and I guess with the treads, it's perfectly viable. Do you think he still goes for Blink? Or do you want a Shadow Blade from him?
I think it's gonna be the Blink.
Okay. It's
basically a big Echo Slam. He's gonna have level 11 fairly early, so a big level 2 Echo Slam. That's gonna be a huge part in sort of getting Empire back in this game, because it's not they're a bit behind right now. It's not terribly behind because Yoki's doing really well, but a bit behind.
It's not insurmountable at all. Vlad's will be done soon for the Lycan. And then you've got to start worrying about the Roshan. Worry about that Rosh pit, how you can get in there and actually fight. But with SF tanking up nicely, like you said, the Echo Slam potential from Resolution, maybe Roshan won't be attempted here. Now, Silent has hit level 6. What's he got? 3, 2, 1. So yeah, he's not actually gone for God Strength, going for 2 in Cleave instead. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure God Strength gives you a little more farming capability than the second point of Cleave. But oh, TP Echo. State's actually caught here with a damage output from Resolution, the final raise. Shadow Fiend gets that kill in there. Perfectly timed. Resolution just TP's in and slams it down. Now Night Stalker's looking to come in from the side, but they see him in perfect vision.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I guess the points for Cleave were meant for the stack clearing, but they haven't really stacked much. There's like a semi-stack.
And a twitchy troll.
Yeah.
Come on. I can't even click on him. That's how twitchy he is. Look. He's just spazzing out.
There's so many bad jokes to be made here.
Yep.
So many inappropriate jokes.
Especially when his family's all around him. So we won't go in there. We won't touch that one. Hang on a second.
No farm for Sven. Resolution takes it.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess he's got Blink now.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to pile your gold into someone, it's going to be the Resolution Earthshaker. Well, 13-minute Blink Dagger there for your offlane Earthshaker. Not too shabby.
I'm very close to level 11. Like, I mean, yeah. He's starting off at level 10, but...
That damage output. No fear, just got zapped down. It's still pretty deep here between tier 1 tier 2. I'll take down the tower though, so no more tier 1. And Yoku, he's getting a little bit far forward. I'm not sure they know about this observer ward. It was really well placed. The movement they did sort of swept across and placed the ward at the same time, so I don't know if Empire will actually know about this. But yeah, Yoku very far forward here, with the rest of Scary Faces looking to actually jump him. Queen of Pain actually back over towards the rune spot up at top. Axmo. 700 gold away from his Aghanim Scepter, but Resolution caught and probably dead here. There's no time for Grave or anything. I mean, Dazzle is miles away. Still moving towards the middle lane, and they'll see him. Oh, there we go. No Fear knows about that Observer Ward, but Quap kills Disruptor, and State 21 comes in with a Shackle. Not going to latch in behind, and Wind Ranger trying to run back. Yoku's still tanky as all hell.
That wasn't at all the fights they wanted to take. Resolution getting caught out was a bit unfortunate. Someone else should probably have been scouting there, but the fact that Disruptor tries to go up, contest the top rune when they don't have control of their own river, or like of the river at all, he probably should have realized that he was gonna run into someone.
Ooh. Can Silent kill this? He needs a few more hits in here, and oh, he'll get it. The final blow. And this is a big issue actually for Scary Faces, because Silent is going to walk straight into the Roche pit and see the Lycan. He's got a stun available. There's no silence just yet. He'll get the Lycan, but they've got no more lockdown. What? Hello? Shackle? What the hell was that? No Fear. He's going to have to grave himself, but they're chasing down the Lycan. They'll kill him off with a raise over on the backside. The Fisher heal. No Fear. Surviving. Glimpse back, and State 21's dead as well. Empire. How do you accomplish this?
Yep, No Fear didn't make it out anyway. Axmo got the kill.
But double buyback. You've just forced Scary Faces to buy back on the Lycan and Wind Ranger. You get the Roshan anyway.
There was no chance they were going to get in there in time.
What? Yoku just turns and fights. Shadowway's dead. Stormbolt to the face. Shackle will launch between him and Earthshaker though. Eknot. I'm not sure about this. With the Laguna Blade, they'll be able to kill off Silent. They've got a couple. But Requiem from Yoku, he just turns and fights and blasts them all with a Resolution Echo Slam. They'll clear up house. Axmo goes in. But Yoku has Aegis. There's another enchant totem here, and I think they've got enough damage to turn and raise. Can Yoku make it? Not in time. Resolution will die. But not before Yoku can clear up the rest of Scary Faces. Oh, he doesn't have the long range raise. Bloody hell, what was this?
CIS Dota.
It goes from being like 6 to 6, now it's 9 to 12. Crazy stuff.
Yeah. I think that probably, like, in the end it probably favored Empire a bit because they got the buybacks and they still got a lot of kills. And how did that impact, like...
It's going to be like a decent... Well, they've burnt through the 4,000 leads Scary Faces had in net worth, and they've jumped themselves up about 4,000 experience as well. But yeah, they took Roshan, took Aegis, They lost Aegis on the Shadow Fiend, but now they're going to get another kill. The minus armor onto Night Stalker, and I think Scary Faces might be a little bit on tilt here. The 2 buybacks from their 2 big heroes really going to set them back massively, and Yoku just keeps stacking up the gold. He's up to 11,000 net worth almost. Lycan? Where? What? Lycan is running towards somebody. He wants a low hard answer, and he's probably going to get him. With the help of Queen of Pain, he will. Even though he's glimpsed back out of XP range.
I feel like anytime they try to disengage from a fight where either Queen of Pain or Lycan is alive, yeah, those supports are pretty much going to get eaten. So, I don't know.
Is Silent support?
You need to kind of win fights big, or you're going to lose a couple on the way out.
Is Silent a carry or a support right now?
He's dead.
He's definitely dead. He was getting so close. Like, he was on 2,050 gold. He was 200 away from his Blink Dagger. He was getting really, really close. Unfortunate to see it end like that. But Night Stalker point booster heading into Aghanim Scepter, so they want to keep, you know, the vision game under their control. But the Lycan, you know, his buyback definitely hurts him. No Medallion, no Necro Book in sight. And who else was it? Was it Quap or the Wind Ranger? It was Wind Ranger. So her Aghanim Scepter slowed down massively. These 2 heroes who need to keep... Oh, God. Resolution. Shackled up, turned on. There's heals and Graves coming, though, behind them. So State can TP himself away.
Dagon, and then...
Wait a second. What?
Yeah, Queen of Pain.
Did Wind Ranger cancel her TP, or was that a glimpse? He also canceled TP. Queen of Pain comes in. That's a good Sonic Wave, but the Grave is there. Dagon? Dagon Quap? Okay, well, she's going to get 1 kill at the very least here. It's a Shadow Strike down onto a low hand.
Ags, Dagon, Queen of Pain.
There's 1. Here's 2. Can she get 3? No, not looking for him. BKB from Yoku up at top will allow him to kill off the Lina, it looks like. As Silent walks in to help his friend, but there's no help left.
That still went in Empire's favor, definitely. They traded 2 supports for 2 supports and a core. So, doing okay, but like this build from Axmo and the fact that I'm pretty sure this Lycan is going to go into the Necro books as well. So we've got pretty much an all-in. They sort of saw the early weakness and they're trying to really capitalize on it.
Yeah, Dagon level 2
the downside
is
the downside is if they fail to win this game, like in the next 10 minutes, then Empire pretty much are going to get back in the game for free. And Resolution doing work.
Is your threshold 10 minutes then? I think it's less.
I'd say like 10 minutes is being optimistic.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Resolution, maybe with this kill, Sonic Wave Dagon, that'll secure it, definitely. Blink up on Sven though, so they've got the mobility over on Silent now available at the very least, and Yoku, Shadow Fiend, they know where they're coming from. Scary Faces cannot make the run up onto that ramp, so...
Empire need to play S5 mostly here, right now.
Yeah, we've seen their strength with Shadow Wave, Weave, you know, Static Storm and things like that. They've got such great potential of taking a head-on-head fight and then chasing. A lot of their strength comes from chasing people down with the blinks, the glimpses, the stuns and everything else. They can really stop Scary Faces because what do Scary Faces do? They Sonic Wave, they Shackle, they Power Shot, and then they want to kind of run into you as this massive tidal wave of damage. But they don't have the damage yet. There's no Necrobook being built up by the Lycan. He's going into BKB.
Yeah. Like the good point for Empire is that they can still push pretty well if they move as 5, and there's still at least 1 tier 1 tower up.
Oh, Sonic Wave, Aloha Dance, very nearly dead. Resolution blinks in Echo on 2, and they've got Axmo. That's the big kill. Static Storm is down, and this is where Scary Faces really are not in a good spot. Silent will jump forward again, and with a couple of raises, Yoku, not quite enough in time. Silent gets the stick charges off, but Resolution finishes off the Wind Ranger. 4 for 1. And where's the Lycan? Running himself up the top, tail between legs.
They'll take that trade. But yeah, like what I was going to say is that even if Scary Faces tried to like split up and like push out 2 lanes or something, Empire would have still been in a pretty good position in terms of just walking S5 and trying to take towers, because like they can still keep up enough in the gold, and their effectiveness is gonna be better later on. So, but of course, when you get fights like that, you don't even need to care.
You've got another blink on Shadow Fiend now. So you've got the triple blink threat, you've got glimpse, you've got even more chasing power, but
He's
now
really mobile, like the S and Y blink. Yeah.
now you can combo things up really massively, I think, with the blink Echo, blink Stormhammer, blink Requiem. This could be a case of Scary Face's one mistake, you know, grouping up as 3 or 4 and just getting insta-gibbed as an entire team.
Looking at how the games are started for Empire, I was a bit questioning the fact that Yoki went straight into the S and Y. I figured like there's nobody else gonna get that mech, probably. Yeah, because Shaker's not going into mech. So it's gonna be a very delayed mech for this team. But the S and Y has worked out quite nicely, so fair enough.
Do they need mech?
I don't know if they need it, but it can help in certain positions because there's a good amount of burst, but if it doesn't kill you off right away, then you can just mech up and you can probably take the fight.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, we'll see where they go with it. Now, Queen of Pain is, like you said, just all-inning on the Dagons. Up to Dagon, what, 3, 4? 4? Yep, no, 3. There we go. Burst damage galore. Lycan, BKB is still 1,000 away.
9-1-4.
Oh yeah, he's had a good individual performance.
Yeah.
The
problem with that is that he can't do anything really to like resolution. He can't even touch that. Yoki, not really.
Resolution getting ready to fight towards the mid. He's going to get the stun down. No, actually blocks him in there a little bit, actually. With the stun out, that's a dead Lina. Easy takedown. And Silent, you know, he's gone from being down in the dumps to being mid-table. Not too far away from the Lycan right now with about 7,000 net worth. He's got Blink. Yeah. He's getting close to his BKB as well.
Yeah, and when he gets his BKB, that's another hero that the Queen of Pain is going to find a lot of issues dealing with.
Oh, God. Nice Stalker. Oh, he walked into the wrong neighborhood. I don't know why you'd walk up there. You know the Empire are really pressuring into this tier 2 down the bottom lane. You know they were just there. They were just there. He walks up to high ground and really regrets his decision. Now they're looking at this Queen of Pain though. They don't have vision over of her just yet. She's hiding very sneakily. With that Observer Ward, maybe they'll see her coming though.
I think you were right. The 10 minutes was pretty optimistic. It ended up being like 7.
Yeah.
Dyer's bottom tower
Oh, it's not a big
they've
difference.
lost control of this game right now.
Dyer's
Or
bottom tower has fallen.
the Ags on the Wind Ranger is, you know, kind of nice, but the problem is I don't think she's actually gonna have the time to get to do any right clicking here.
You need Ags plus damage or Ags plus mobility. You know, you need a Blink or you need a Maelstrom or a Desolate or a Crit something to go with the Ags. It's like an enabling item rather than... It does improve your damage output and you can go solo kill supports, but in team fights and things like that, it's not going to allow you to just go, oh hey Yoku, hey Shadow Fiend with your 16,000 net worth, I'm going to solo kill you right now. It just doesn't give you that option. And look at this, 3 people in the Roche pit, they don't care, they're going to go hunting. They're hunting. Might just be able to catch someone actually with a glimpse back. Oh, very close. Maybe Resolution can finish him off with an Echo Slam. Well, the Good Blade's out there. There's no Shackle Shot just yet being thrown out, but Resolution mules into the air.
Resolution almost died and then he just walked away.
Yeah. He dodges Shadow Strike with Yules and he's like, okay, see ya boys. Aloha dance. He's got another glimpse actually and brings back the Wind Ranger into death. Shackle Shot to an illusion, but he doesn't realize. He's walking back into Silent. Resolution gets that kill. Scary Face has lost 2. And they don't contest Roshan. And Yoku is invincible right now. Lycan is taking a tower up at top and pushing into tier 3. But without Necro Books, without anything like that.
Is he gonna go for an Ags?
Who?
Resolution.
I guess. Why not?
has fallen.
Sure.
It's one of those why not items, you know? I've got money.
I mean, this is one of those games where he basically feels like he can do whatever the hell he wants. He's so mobile and he has so much lockdown and he can just do whatever he wants. A 937 Earthshaker, and he probably, like, he has to really, really, really try to overextend to die for the rest of this game.
He's going Octarine Core, of course.
Ah, right, of course.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
So much more valuable than Aghanims.
Well, yeah, like enchants and fissures, and life's gonna be nice.
Reduce cooldown, you blink and force as well. Now, Queen of Pain. How are you doing, Queen of Pain? How's your item build coming? Where's the bloody courier? So, she's out to take on 4. And I guess she's just going to continue to 5. But what's next? You know, a BKB? E-Blade? Does she have enough time to build up into her next item? Because the next fight that's coming is going to be up at tier 3s. With Aegis on Shadow Fiend, you just know the Empire are going to push this and force you to fight and fight into them.
Yeah, and not just Aegis on Shadow Fiend, he's got that Eye of Skadi as well now.
Oh,
and
man.
now he actually has damage and he has the slow from it, and he's just really annoying.
3! That's all he needs. She has no buyback either. Yoku
This isn't a fair fight anymore.
It's over. It's over. Queen of Pain has no buyback. That's it. Like in BKBs to stop himself being glimpsed back down to bottom lane, Yoku. He's got another life available. Resolution starts up with the Wolves on him. He can't blink, but Requiem actually cancelled out there. No shackle latch to the back, but Silent blinks in. Finally, a relevant member of this team as the Sven makes his mark.
They tried so hard to go for resolution there. He's just blinks in and baits them all on him, and they can't get him like 2/3.
He's a
that was it.
Okay, Empire. This is mean. This is mean.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Scary faces. Oh dear.
Dire's top barracks.
Empire just a class above a little bit here. Requiem. Stand up. Not going to get that timing right. Right click will finish him off though. Now, Yoku ends the game. Or well, the game hasn't ended yet. But he's currently at 11-0 and 11. Look at him.
I mean, you have to like realize, even when he was before he got the mid position, this was one of his special heroes. So he's a really, really, really good Shadow Fiend player.
He knows what he needs. He knows when he needs it. States, no wind run available. That Scardy's just going to slow you down a little bit too much. Resolution. I'm a little bit disappointed he didn't go for, you know, the crit Shadowblade build, but still, they've got this under control. The Echo Slam will get a double kill. And Aloha answers a glimpse back onto the Lina, sends her back, and Eknot 2-hit down. Yoku will finally lose his blink away, and he won't. He'll keep himself alive.
They haven't actually, I think they haven't lost a single support in 10 minutes. And the opposing team has a Dagon Queen of Pain. That's rough. Really one-sided.
Well, yeah, you look at the net worth graph and look at the bottom where all the little dots are. What's that, 26 minutes or something, so the past... Well, that's a tower. The last thing Scareface has got was a tower at like 26 minutes. The last kill was on Sven at like 22 minutes. So yeah, you're right. Yeah. Close to 10 minutes since a single hero died for Team Empire, and that was just a solid run. From having a 2,000 net worth lead to having a 20+ thousand net worth and experience lead. Crazy stuff. And yeah, 2-0 win for them. It was, you know, Scary Faces, they're changing rosters. They're still trying to find their stride and things like that. Empire, though, I like this roster. You know, they've not had a great run recently. It's been a little bit downhill.
I think they sort of they have a pretty big issue that they have to sort of figure out, because they're really good in this sort of mid-game, really action-packed style. But the fact that if they want to put Silent on something more mid-game-ish, like the Sven, or he's been playing a lot of Doom and stuff like that, Yoki doesn't play the hard carry mids that Resolution used to do.
Like TA.
So, yeah. Like, well, he plays TA, but he doesn't play like PA and stuff like that. So you end up with these sort of mid-game lineups a lot of the time from Empire right now, and that means against teams who can pull it into the late game, they are struggling right now. But against a team who's willing to fight them in the mid-game, oh yeah, this is a good team still.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
Well, look forward to seeing some more of them in the future. Now, we do have some more defense tomorrow. I'm just looking up to see what games we have. I know it's a little bit up in the air, but I think we've got Liquid up against NIP and Team Alternate against Alliance starting at 6:30 CEST tomorrow. And there's also D2CL over on ESL_joined_red Empire against Fantastic 5, which, as far as I know, is a new CIS mix, but we'll find out what their roster is a little bit later on. But thanks for joining us tonight, guys. I'm Durka. Joining me was Sun Tzu for game number 2. That's it. We're just the one game tonight, or just the one series tonight. But yeah, back tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. CEST, and see you guys then.
Cheerio.
I said good day, sir!